stream resets. I think I am good to go audio-wise. Let's take a look. Nice. All right, this will hopefully be the final chapter of Sunless Sea. As much as I love the Joseph Conrad quote, I think probably if we've got our third viewing of it, we can. Love this look. Interesting. Okay, so it actually. Oh, right. It says it. It actually said it autosaves at each port. So. It's a pretty rapid terror rate, but we're reasonably close to land. You know what? I have the fuel that I can afford to lose, so. Now it looks like we'll get an obstruction here. Hey, Spectre! I should just warn you, we're gonna probably get close to the end of the stream tonight. I've not been very good at checking the time just because aha! More delicious combat. It sees us. Run for your life, boy. Oh, I don't think we're gonna make it. Oh, we did. Alright. I'm gonna see if I can maybe lose it. I don't think we will, but what we can do... There we go. With a forlorn and wailing cry, the Megalops turns on its back, legs neatly folded as bluish blood gouts from its wounds. Its golden glow begins to dim. I could butcher it for supplies, which is tempting given that I have so few, or I can dissect it for knowledge, but it's a straightforward challenge, which I think is a little bit better, so... You set to work with your knives and acids. It is an undistinguished adolescent specimen, a megalops of one of the deep Z crab species, but its eyes, normally vestigial in these troglodytic beasts, are large and rather beautiful. The golden glow is almost gone now, although sparks leap now and then to your knife. So I succeed in the Pages challenge again. This is my primary stat, so not very surprising, and we've gained additional fragments. Yeah, it's really good, OCS1 Spectre. It's on sale right now because they've just launched a Kickstarter for the sequel called Sunless Skies. I'll actually give the link here. I'll probably play like the trailer at the end of the stream. I think that's reasonable enough. I don't think Failbetter is going to object to the inclusion of that content. But I think one of the better descriptions that I've been given of the game, the sequel, listen, we're a liberal stream here. We call games by the pronouns they choose. I think the description that I've been given that I think is probably the most... I mean, let's face it, when we play games, we sort of want to make comparisons to experiences that we've had before. There's nothing wrong with that, by the way, because it's... he's back! Oh God. This is where those extra mirrors would have paid off, right? There we go. I think we'll dissect it again. I think I can do repairs, so available if my hull is at 50% or better. Let's try. I think I'm actually going to sacrifice supplies for it, though. Ooh, yeah, no, that's not a good use of my supplies. That's actually the rarest resource that I have, and I'm gonna have a few other options for that soon. Plus, I mean, you can sort of think of it as a bit of a resource right now, which is, what's the best way to put this? So, you know, you don't want to just throw away health if you can avoid it, right? But at the moment, like, I'm not in danger of falling apart. So I can sort of, as long as I'm getting something out of the exchange, I can sort of justify it. Right, the lightship. I can purchase fuel, which will cost me 20 echo. That seems to be the going rate down here. So we'll say perhaps not. I don't think I have, yeah, I don't have any news. So I mostly just kind of wanted to close off this area. So we know that the funging, it says the funging station is close to home. I guess technically our close to home, so if this is Fallen London, I think this is slightly, no, this is longer, so now close to home is basically looking something like this. I'm probably making this arc a little bit weird, but I think our next actually this next journey works reasonably well for us because I'm going to be going from Fallen London to Vanderblight. Oh, actually Vanderblight's up there. So maybe what I want to do is kind of this big curve like this. Hey, GV Wolf. Maybe I can do like a big curve like this and sort of fill out these other areas. We'll see. The big worry I have actually is my supplies now. I was a bit careless in what I did with that. Anyway, sorry, Spectre. So I was trying to explain. So FTL with a very rich story, I think, is the best description that I've been given. Again, people want to compare things to the games that they've already played. Definitely, you don't have the micromanagement of the crew, as in FTL, which I think is something that people might miss. But obviously, for me, somebody who likes doing stories, I think it's, you know, it's a really solid, it's a very well done game. Failbetter had a lot of success with this. They turned some of that success into support for other sort of developers of story-based games, which I think is the right way to go. One of the writers of the original Sunless Sea worked on Stellaris. They actually gave a free update, the Kennedy update, for his story. And I was really happy to support them with Sunless Skies. So I'll probably be doing some more of this. I don't think I'll just make it like one stream. I know I streamed it briefly in the past, and then sort of like it got lost in the shuffle. The primary focus is still Dark Souls right now, but I can sort of see myself playing this, especially during the Kickstarter. I can definitely see myself playing this a little bit more regularly. Maybe I'll give it like a dedicated day or something like that, because there seems to be at least a little demand for it. All right, the Lights of London welcome you home. This storylet only appears when you've been at sea for a little while. Collect messages from the Harbor Master. All the clatter and song of the dark side, it soothes the soul. Are there messages for you? So, terror no more than 50. Unlocked with favors, a proposal from the man of business. Okay, cool. Ooh, there's a lot to do. So, something has changed in the Neath. Somebody wants to sign on. The Blind Bruiser has business at the dock. That's all for now. I have a free evening, and the Rose Market bustles on Rosser's Wharf. Who will be there today? Good evening, citizen. And what a marvelous evening it is, if you don't mind me saying so, given it is my impression that you are the obliging sort. I imagine you will not mind at all. And since you're so very obliging, perhaps you wouldn't mind making a little detour via Mount Palmerston with a few articles of cargo. If you happen to be in the area, the Cherryman will of course cover your expenses for this trifling inconvenience. See if there's another task I can perform. I see you're hesitant. Perhaps you find Mount Palmerston unbearable. Who could blame you? Well, if you have the vinegar, there's another matter which you might be able to assist me with. Yes, I think you would be very suitable for this task. Very suitable indeed. I've agreed to hear that Bruiser out again. And what is the task? My employer is a gentleman of considerable vitality and humor. However, as much as it pains me to say, he is not the man he was. Years ago, an ingrate of no current importance poisoned him with Catagasker venom, and he hasn't been right since. Can't walk most days. I have made what may yet transpire to be a rash promise to restore him, and I am hereby soliciting your assistance. Can you restore someone's youth and vigor? You can try. Some time ago, we sent an emissary to Fathom King's hold. He was to ascertain his complexity and was aware of the treatment that would restore my employer to what I am not embarrassed to call glory. Sorry, guys, I'm missing out on a lot of the dialogue. It just got a couple of distractions. Regrettably, the emissary is yet to return. Would you mind tracking him down and ascertaining exactly what the bloody problem is? I've accepted the Cherryman's assignment. Alright, so first question, do I have enough space in the hold? Yes, I do. So, shops. We are going to buy 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. We should be okay. Consider a specialist. Actually, you know what? I'm gonna go to all the basic stuff first. So read the morning papers. Khanate is threatening war. They always are. London's colonies on the Carnelian coast want independence. They always do. The undersea, the paper's report, has undergone another alteration. Not yet, it hasn't. You'd know. And a promotional coupon for Mrs. Plenty's provisioners for a half cask of salt to herring. I could use that, especially now. Don't really have the money for the blind helmsman, and it's not quite clear how much terror I lose for that anyway. And one thing I was meaning to do is to go to the shops and just find out the prices. So it's 10 for fuel. And supplies are 20. So if I buy it anywhere else, I'm basically I'm surrendering the I'm surrendering 10 echo. However, it does turn out that exchange wasn't the worst, because in the end I got 20 echo for the supplies that I sold, and in the end, as long as I'm able to kind of come back for or get the money back, I'll be able to sort of recover the supplies. It is going to be rough going for the next couple of days, though, or the next journey, I mean. Okay, back to London. Let's do the Admiralty Survey Office. So I could submit the Shepherd Isle as fact with an 18% chance of success. I will say no. Shepherd Isle submit as an unsubstantiated hearsay. We do hear some unlikely tales of that place. Friendly scoffing. I agree, it does seem implausible. So many of these stories from that place do. Still, there's a little gold of truth in every mud of rumor from time to time. Your payment, citizen. So I gain 10 echo anyway, new favor, and 1 fuel for my trouble. Abbey Rock. We categorize it as a military installation, you know, although it hasn't although that has occasioned some quite vigorous debate. So again, additional favors, 20 echo, new accomplishment to say surveyed Abbey Rock, additional fuel. Command Canal, well, if you've been there, I suppose we may as well hear about it. The fee is nominal, though. 5 echo for that one. Although I think once I go to the Dark Speckled Admiral, I'll be able to give another thing. Gregor Saban, been trying the original rubbery lamps, have we? So 5 echo, 1 favor. Did I have 5 before? I'll show you in a second, Endors. Visit to the Quaker's house has been confirmed by the Admiralty office, and I've gained fuel. All right. Speak to the Dark Speckled Admiral. Do you have an appointment? No appointment, but well, I'm to show you in anyway. Very well. You're ushered into the office off of Mansion's pyre, a cramped room with a vast desk. He surveys you across that desk. Ah, yes, the merchant captain about whom we hear such complicated things. The Admiral will purchase intelligence from you. So, assistance with subsistence. Ask the Admiralty if they can provide a little fuel to cover your costs. It'll take me to the dry dock where 1 point of favor will gain me 2 to 3 fuel. I could submit vital intelligence. What's that? Tell me quickly. Vital intelligence can be created from 2 pieces of strategic information or earned through spy networks and some opportunities. So apparently I don't have that. Let's submit a relevatory chart. I don't know what this is. Hello! He scrutinizes the chart minutely through a lens. He doesn't, you notice, remove the dark spectacles. It passes muster, he remarks. The usual fee applies. Okay, so I think this is probably my map. That's actually really good news for me. I can fill up my hold again. So yeah, as you can see here, Endors, the point of favor gives me fuel in this case. I can also use it for things like repairs. Ask him what he needs. Still have the one. I'm always very happy when you're in here, Endors. Speak of the moves in the great game. He has you repeat it all twice. He doesn't take notes. It's all a little beyond me, he tells you, but I have a friend in the palace who will be interested. Very interested. Thank you. Your fee. So gain 30 echo, additional favors. And we are good to go. I'm not going to use any more favors. However, I am going to shop a little bit. So, I should go for some supplies at some point. Let's we'll do 3 for that. We're not going to go crazy with our purchases. I don't think I want to buy any extra wine, because it's not obvious I'll be heading back to that place anytime soon. Excuse me. Let's check out the new recruit who awaits my attention. Someone wants to sign on. On later visits, different officers will sometimes be available. If there's more than one choice, you can choose 1 per visit. So, I can engage with a genial magician. Good afternoon, citizen. Perhaps I can do your engine some good. No, I'm quite the engineer. Difficult to credit, isn't it? But here are my references. So he will increase my veils and mirrors, both of which are quite good. It'll cost me 50 echo. I could engage an officer, the tireless mechanic, afternoon, ready to offer my services. I'm an engineer, finest that you'll ever hire. Treat engines like my own children. Not that I have any children, too busy. Usually busy. So he will increase Veils and fuel efficiency. I'm actually thinking of the tireless mechanic in this case. Because even though my stats won't go up as highly, my goal is material wealth. And I think bringing on the character that will make my fuel go further and reduce that particular cost and potentially allow me to sell it. I don't know if I can, but I think that might be... but see, the fact that my mirrors goes up means that I'm able to do more combat more efficiently, and I'm going to spend less in repairs. I think I'll actually do the Genial Magician in that case, because my biggest cost right now is not fuel, but it's actually going to be repairs. Actually, my biggest cost is hiring crew, but there you have it. Welcome aboard. I'll get to work below. Perhaps I should change out of this jacket first, of course. Appoint my new officer by dragging him from the officers tab to his slot at the top of the screen. Do this in port, not at sea, as you may, or you may unsettle your crew. All right. I should also probably talk with my crew. All right. Let's talk to the first officer. So if I talk to him, he will improve my mirrors, but no higher than 50. Oh, he makes my hearts go down. Interesting. But that's compensated by the comatose ferret, so... let's talk to the magician then. He's a good engineer despite that missing hand, but Zailers fall silent when he passes. Well, what do you know, Jesse Quill? He is, in fact, the Sly Navigator. And I've got Captain Oak. Alright. Still don't want to proposition the Genial Magician. Alright, he's a good engineer despite the missing hand, but Zailers fall silent when he passes. Could ask bluntly about his hook after fish supper and a half carafe of adequate moral ways. I could ask him how he became to be an engineer after a meal of salt pork and a good glass of good Greyfields. I can increase my veils no higher than 100. So veils is good for speed, stealth, deception. I actually kind of want to upgrade both. How many secrets do I have? I have 3, so let's see. With the magician, he will upgrade it by 1. Yikes. All right. I think I'm going to keep the secret. Okay. Let's go to the Alarming Scholar just so I can drop off all of my loot. So we'll pass on the Z story, Tale of the Deep. Thrilling! Let me hear every detail. First I must find my fountain pen. Oh, how regrettable. It has a spider impaled on the nib. Excuse me. Let me... Good heavens, it's still alive! Pass me that volume of Gibbon. There we go. Do you have another pen? So Lost Z story, gained some echo, increased favors with the antiquarian. I don't know what I can do with these favors yet, but Let's send off the lamentable relic, not a scientific curiosity necessary. Oh, hang on. I am potentially giving up. I just saw Rosser's Wharf. The Rose Market caters to collectors and eccentrics, anyone with exotic tastes, and the gumption to harass Z captains. According to the archaic rules of the market, you can only make one trade per visit. Choose wisely. So a tattooed courier will pay well for a consignment of Scintillac, and a starving poet is looking for solace fruit. Or escort some interested acquaintances to the Rose Market. They hope to make a satisfying trade. This will usher in a new day at the Rose Market and perhaps new buys. Well, I'm kind of curious what happens if I give the solace fruit. So, oh, but I can't buy that. Interesting. Okay, I will. Just continue to sell stuff to the scholar then. A beaming smile. This would be so terribly wasted in an ossuary. He buffs the cranium with a sleeve. I think a climbing briar rose will suit this one rather well. A yellow nose, perhaps. Thank you so much. Let's keep this between ourselves. The outlandish artifact, shaped by hands unknown in London. Careful scrutiny. We have something like that, he declares. But not very like that. Interesting. I have some ideas about suitable fees. 100 echoes. And 1 fragment. All right. So I think in this case here I feel okay buying the deck weapon that does 12 damage. And obviously we'll sell the weaker weapon. So of course the hope here is that this will translate into a little bit more money as far as our attacks are going, but I kind of promised that I would be going to Vanderblight. So I don't think I have anything else that I need to do there, and I'm going to hold off on repairing my hull until I'm in pretty dire straits. I'll get the most out of my my relationship with the Admiralty. So the way I'm going to go to Vanderblight, I need to deliver the wine, but in order to try and find this this company, I'm actually going to go I'm going to go out a little bit further and then sort of follow a curve. I'm also going to stop by the Weird Sisters so that I can get a better relationship with Stone. Oh, Spectre, believe me, that would be a a very willing stream that I would do. She has so far not taken me up on the offer, though. Phantom Klepto, if I were to ever get Conan Exiles, I would literally just be jumping up and down. Male or female, frankly. It's like a swinging pendulum. Actually, you know, one of the nice things about having to reset all of the streams is that if that Lonely Island song causes any if that Lonely Island song causes any copyright problems, I just only have the one. All right. I don't remember who I believe it was Lucy who was Stone. So we've lost 10 terror. Gained supplies, lost hunger. Yes. Okay. So Lucy leans over and whispers to you confidentially a complex story about a butler, a pig, and an inheritance, but you don't follow all the details of the plot. Somehow the pig ends up in the attic, and the butler in a vicar's bed. Candles flicker, dishes enter and leave, and the wind butts gently against the window panes, but by the time the plum pudding arrives, you're as cheerful as you've been in months. Ooh, hello. Hunter's Keep in darkness. A hump of dark rock swathed in mist. Oh, sorry. Crunch across the gravel up to the door. The brass of the door knockers is tarnished, and the paint is beginning to peel in the salt sea air. No one answers, but the door is unlocked. Let's do a chancy challenge. 60% chance of success. It's a little better than a coin toss. Failure! An empty house. The hall is dark, the parlor too. There are signs of disturbance here and there. A smashed cup and an overturned piano stool, scratches on the walls. There are sounds from downstairs, from the kitchen. You push open the door cautiously. Something clings to the ceiling. Something turns yellow and yellow eyes to you and hisses. I've explored the silent house on Hunter's Keep. I've gained 1 terror, and something somewhere has changed. The thing in the kitchen. The yellow-eyed maid clings to the ceiling like a lizard, fierce and wiry in her ragged uniform. She hisses furiously. When you advance a step, she scurries away to the far end of the room, still on the ceiling, weeping. Oh dear, these conversations. Thank you, Captain Bear. I appreciate it. I don't know where that 17-minute statistic comes from, but... Alright, so... Iron and hearts, 30% chance. She's dangerous and somehow you suspect me may not have much time. I mean, I just have a feeling I'm setting myself up for disappointment, but I kind of want to see if I can pull it off. Failed. She runs around the ceiling like a squirrel, drops to a hiss and claw at one of your Zailers, and retreats into the scullery. Slithers through a window, and there returns to the chimney black with soot. You glare at each other, panting. I've gained 2 terror. I've explored the silent house on Hunter's Keep. Can search the house. Loot the house. The crew spread out to spread out whatever they can. They're not happy. Few of them signed on to be robbers. They return with their arms full of both junk and treasures. This is have or had an awful lot of junk. You count heads and find that you're one man short. The others shift and mutter, and the sea sloughs outside. So gained terror, outlandish artifacts, watchful curio, and I lost a crew. Later, you are certain that the fire began in the turret behind the house, but it spreads quickly. Zailers tumble, choking from the door as smoke billows out. The yellow-eyed maid leaps from a window and streaks across the lawn on all fours. Watch. It's all you can do. The death of Hunter's Keep. Flames lick about the gables. The spine of the house breaks with a roar as the roof falls in. Sparks fly up towards the false stars so far above. The death of the house takes hours, but it is total. Only a cindered shell remains. The house on Hunter's Keep is a blackened shell. I've gained additional terror. I've gained 1 memory of distant shores, 1 new port report, Keep's End, and my acquaintance Phoebe's fate, quality, is now lost in a fire. The lawns are weedy meadows and walked by the wind. The gravel paths have sunk to the mud. The house is a jumble of charred stones and timbers. Pick over the ruins of the great house. Fungus and cavern vines are already reclaiming the masonry. No one has come to reclaim Hunter's Keep, despite its proximity to London. The place has an eerie reputation. It's difficult to see why today. The place is as peaceful as a folly in the park. The air is still. Far across the water, the lights of London glow. I've lost 5 terror. The house on Hunter's Keep is a blackened shell. I've gained an additional memory and an additional outlandish artifact. Hey, Jess! Look at the ruins. Nothing's changed. Okay. Alright. Have a good night, guys. I'm really sorry about the time this is taking, by the way. I didn't intend to, I didn't kind of intend to wrap out like this. But like I said, once we get to... I think what we'll do is we'll end the stream at Vanderblade. I was originally going to come back to London, but I think the better thing for me to do would be to finish, to do a little bit of my exploration, finish the game in Vanderblade, and then we'll just pick things up from there. Plus, we got to see the fall of Hunter's Keep, which I thought was kind of neat. This is one thing that's actually really encouraging to me from a game design perspective too. If you think about the things that make this game interesting, I don't think this is last. Oh, it is. Alright, let's see if this gun was worth it. Oh. Beauty! The ship is yours. What will you do with her? Loot and scuttle her. She's a vile old vessel, and the Z's aren't safe. Take what you can and move on. These Pinnocks don't sail far from the hidden harbors, but there's something in the back of the hold. Crates, the source of sustenance, the fundamental element of cargo. Coke, like coal, but more so, as the Department of Internal Rarefactions would have it. I've gained 2 additional fuel. And we sound the all clear. Alright. Good test of our weapon. Bad Stevner's Abyss. Where are you seeing this, Spectre? By the way, guys, I've not been reading any of the logbook. I apologize about that. I sort of lost my mind. I got focused on other things. Discovered Moody's Light. Alright, so I think we'll go for one more little bit of exploration, and then we'll turn hard into Vanderblade. Yeah, it really is a beautiful soundtrack. Again, I think when I'm talking about encouragement, so this is already a very nice game. Like, I really like the art style of this. Oh, hello. Exploration. Hey, we found the Iron and Misery co-funding station. And Demo Island. Oh, well, I'll find out in a second here, OCS1 Spectre. So again, sorry guys, but this was a big goal for us. So the Iron and Misery Company Funging Station. The INM has a funger operation here, filling giant Bolgus shrooms for building materials, harvesting Kirali for its medicinal properties. It's a desperate little outpost of something like civilization. Up puffs the affable Factor. Oh, hello, Captain. Thank God for visitors. We'd go quite mad out here otherwise. Quite mad. How can we be of assistance? Give the pass sign to the affable Factor. The Admiralty asked to bring back strategic information. This is your contact. A strained smile. Here, little to report, but we've all had Khanite privateers nosing around, and tell them that the company grows suspicious. Mr. Iron knows the Admiralty is interested in his business. Pray, my friend, that I never have to serve two masters as I do. I've got strategic information, completed the commission. All right. So I could gather supplies. Let's compile a port report first. Of course, the INM's activities here don't seem that interesting. Nevertheless, you record what you can. I can do tea with the Factor. Poor fellow needs company, and he can spare an hour away. I can explore Demo Island. I can accept a volunteer. Oh, here we go. One of the company's Bolgus fellers has negotiated an early release from her contract. It's the sproutlings, she tells you, her face bleeding. I keep picking them out of me porridge and me hair and me eyes. Take me away. I'm a good worker. So that'll replace the guy that we lost. Oh, damn it. Okay, I missed out on the other stuff. So it seems like I only get one choice. Fair enough. I'm okay restoring my crew to what it used to be. And gather supplies. Again, it's a 60% chance, so not great, but let's take a look. I was unlucky and gained 5 terror. The spores lie thick on your face. They coat your tongues. One crewman begins to whimper. Oh, Christ, he says. They've reached my heart. I think I'll be harvest yet. Harvest yet. You have to drag him back to the ship before he's calm again. Do I really want to do that again? Let's say no. All right. So that was a nice little bonus for us. Now what we're going to do is go directly to Vanderblight. There's no benefit. I mean, so if I have opportunities for exploration, I'll take them. But really what I'm probably going to do at this point, hit Vanderblight, and then when we come back tomorrow, I'll just make sure there's nothing here that I can't already deal with, and then we'll go directly to Fallen London. There's no real point in me going too far out of the way, because I don't know where the Admiralty is going to send me next. I mean, again, I'm not going to turn down an opportunity to explore, but I think the biggest thing for me is, you know, it's easy to kind of get a little lost. And I mean, again, we're still single-digit supplies. Oop. Don't you dare forget me. You stand on the bridge with the likely lass's locket in your hand. You can say, keep it. It's a risk for both of you. Shore-bound lovers grow lonely, and Z-captains die young. Or I can throw it away. With enough time and effort, you could break her heart, or she yours. We'll keep it. It's a risk for both of you. Shorebound lovers grow lonely. Z-captains die young. Close your hand over the locket. The Z era is cold, but the heat of your blood has warmed the metal of the locket. Keep it close. You've lost one terror, and I have a sweetheart in London. Aww. Okay, I kind of lied. I'm actually going to try and get some of the upper reaches as well. But that's just so I can turn around and go into Vanderblight. Oh yeah, I really am going to... So Dust Echoes even with the... Oh yeah, this is why I can't read it so quick. I've gained a secret, speak to officers to improve my abilities, discovered Kant's Abyss. Getting close to Vanderblight. Oh yeah, we were looking... Okay, let's see if we can find... Where were we looking for... Bad Stevener's Abyss. So I think it's just a landmark. I don't see anything else. Yeah, that's fair, Jess. I completely pulled you... I pulled you out later, but we're pretty much at Vanderblight, so you're not going to miss much anyway. I do appreciate it, though. Have a wonderful night. Alright. So before this thing hits me... Oh god, it's not enough! It's not enough! Oh, I tried to go for the YOLO hit. Oh, I screwed up again. These bats are going to be the death of me. Let's just do the top firing solution. Good lord. Alright. Little leathery corpses lie scattered across your deck. The rest of the swarm vanishes into the Neethi dark. Gather up the corpses and put them in the in the pot. Alright, so I think when I go to port next, I'm gonna use the Admiralty shipyards. And we've got our destination, so we'll have one more little bit of story to do with the wine. Provide what you have promised. Actually, hang on. Get our port report first, then provide what you have promised. The tomb colonists of Vanderblight have few pleasures remaining. Their new home is an echoing palace of rare dust. Perhaps you can help a little. A former passenger waits on the dock. They've brought friends, thirsty friends, or your former passenger and their friends would be delighted if you'd raise a glass with them. Yeah, we'll join these guys. A hiatus. You are somewhere dark. Something happened. These are moths. What are these things? What are all these things? I've gained 5 terror, 2 lamentable relics, 1 outlandish artifact, another box of another Soothen Copper long box, a Tale of Terror, Devil Bone Dice. I've lost crew, and I've lost the Mushroom Wine. So if I go for a dusty glass of wine, Vanderblight is not the most promising place for shore leave. Too much decay, too little light, too many bandaged walking corpses, few companions of easy virtue, no cinnamon, no recent newspapers, very little pickled cave herring. So instead... I am going to do Explore Vanderblight. Here they favor candlelight over gaslight. The shadows are swagged like cobwebs. The tomb colonists stand still enough to be mistaken for sculpture until they laugh or cough. 1 building in 3 seems abandoned. Carmine Chapel. A little chapel stands alone. You poke your head through the door. The walls are a deep red, just this side of scarlet. A ruby-tinted window at the back glows with steady light. An electric lamp behind glass? Rare and expensive. But this is no gaslight. No one is here, and yet you have the sensation that only a moment ago someone must have been. I can search the place with a chancy challenge. I can make an offering of dropping a coin into the empty offering box and pray to the power of this place, whoever it might be. Let's search it. Failed mirrors again. There's an altar, a block of basalt, and there are pews, a pulpit, no Bibles, no hymn books. The stained glass window is the red of cochineal. Your crew are eager to leave, and no one looks back. Yeah, I think I'm gonna ditch the rest of this stuff. I need to figure out what the hell is going on with these Soothe and Copper. Oh, here we go. So I need to deliver to Depot A Station 3. Cool. Okay. So probably get some money for that, I'm thinking. Anyways, guys, that was Sunless Sea in 3 parts. I'm really interested in this game. I've actually gotten to some story stuff that I have not seen. I've not seen yet. So I'm getting a little bit engaged. As far as exploration is concerned, we did okay. Nothing to really write home about. Still plenty of map to explore. This looks really cool in the corner if the map is the same in between components. But I did say to some people that I wasn't going to do that much more gameplay. I don't want people to miss out on things. I can't make a promise in terms of when we're going to play this game again next, but I've got a few things for you guys to check out. So first of all, if you would like to support this developer in their next game, which is a sequel to Sunless Sea, it is the Kickstarter project, Sunless Skies. The base tier is £15, so it's a little compared to some of the, compared to like getting it on sale on Steam. But of course, this is the, this is a brand new game, right? Like I think £15 is quite reasonable for a new game that they're coming out with. With that in mind too, because the Kickstarter is underway, there's a promotion going on. Obviously, I am partnered with GOG. I want to, I want to try and drive as much traffic to that website as I can. I think it's actually a fairly good deal. So for me, I'm Canadian, so it's $8.59. Whatever your regional equivalent is, it's 67% off. And it is so far as I can tell, it is a GOG exclusive. So when I take a look at Steam, the game is $20.99 Canadian on its on their page right now. So in my view, now is a very good time to get the game. I do recommend that you pick it up through GOG. It is worth it. GOG is a great platform, and of course, if you do buy it through GOG, there's a little bit of the revenue that goes towards me. So it's a nice way that you can support not just Fail Better Games and the GOG platform, which I quite like, but a little bit goes towards me as well, and I always appreciate that. I will let you know I am playing with the. Oh, hang on. I didn't know if time goes by, it just feeds the crew, so I'm going to exit to desktop really quick. If you're also interested, I was playing the Submariner DLC. I didn't really find anything that I don't think was exclusive to that particular DLC. That is also on sale, but its sale is currently 15% off because it was actually released fairly recently. This is as new as October the 11th. Of last year. So in this case, the discount for Submariner, it's $12.69 on GOG right now. Still a reasonable price. It looks really good. I haven't put as much time into it though because I'd like to enjoy the base game. So if you'd like to support Fail Better, if you'd like to support this cast, you can click that link. You can pick up Sunless Sea for $8.59 or your regional equivalent, 67% off. And if you'd like to get the DLC alongside of it, the total package is going to cost about $21.28 or about 47% of what the normal amount was. So, and yeah, obviously if you are not interested in the base game or you already own it, you can also check out the Kickstarter and you can be part of the game. It'll be released next year, I believe. Now with that in mind, let's try and find somebody to host tonight so I'm not ending on a completely mercenary note. We have got... I've got 2 people who I'd really like to... You know what, I'm going to host Melee Mage again. It looks like he doesn't have any viewers right now, and I think that's a shame, because I really like Atlas Reactor, and I think he's doing... actually quite like him. So let's take a minute and give him some love. As always, we say we're tired of system talk, heard this place was better, and I'll be back on Friday. I don't know if I'm going to do more Sunless Sea or Dark Souls. As always, you can follow me on Twitter, and I'll announce what I'm going to be playing. And as for the rest of you, have a wonderful evening. I will see you in Melee Mage's chat and later on in the week. Have a great one. Thanks.